Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann. There's a website for Chris Ann. Chris-Ann with an E.com at the back here if you're interested. There's some information about Chris Ann too, I guess, if you're interested. Okay. Supportive Oracle cards. Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. Websites for them. SheWhoIsArt.com, and there's a couple others back there. Feel free to freeze frame if you want any of that information, of course. Okay. What do we have for Aquarius? Got a lot of earth energy. Seems like all the earth signs had a lot of earth energy going on. It's okay. Your card shows up, which is the star card. But it's kind of like, is this more for you or for somebody else? Whatever's going on here, it seems like it's been going on for a long time. This seems, I don't know if air's going through something right now, because it seems like all three of you guys were dealing with long-term situations. It just feels like it's taking forever. And to me, when I feel your energy coming into this piece of it, it's a piece of it. It's not new, and it's not ending. And when I get for your situation, it's not new, it's not ending. You're trying to ignite something here. I get that with the Five of Wands. Sometimes this is conflict, discord. It's kind of like I'm getting frustrated that things are not developing. But when you're trying to shake it up, there's the lack of response here. There's this definite lack of response. Because I'm getting the Hermit. You're trying to shake it up and people are just not really responding. I'm getting the lack of engagement, the lack of action. Now the Four of Cups come in with this, but I feel like this is like a point for you to realize what's going on here. You're trying to shake somebody up, you're trying to get them to think, you're trying to get them to do something. At the very least, you're trying to get them to think. But they're going inside. They're just shutting. It feels like they're shutting down emotionally to me. There's bigger problems here than you can see. The thing is with Aquarius, I understand that you can read body language and how people are handling things. Like if they're not verbally talking to you, you can somewhat read between the lines. But Aquarius really excels when somebody communicates and verbally talks. That's where you really can sort out a situation. When somebody communicates, you can get more out of it. You can okay this, okay that. It's just you can get a lot more out of it. You can do so much more. It's like the situation is stunted with the lack of response. We got to find a different way to get them to communicate. You might have to be a little bit more of a private eye with this one, a little bit of a spy technique here. I don't know if we really like that or not, but that's what I'm getting. Something is wrong. Something is really wrong here. It makes me really uncomfortable because I feel like somebody is just like emotionally checking out, which is really a problem here. So, okay, however you tried to stir it up didn't work. You have different ways to handle things. I feel like people forget that Aquarius has this gentle side if they choose it. Like, I feel like Aquarius is known for being a bit more of like, saying what people aren't expecting, kind of like shaking it up a little bit, stirring that pot a little bit. The thing is, you also have it within your toolbox to be very kind and very courteous and very, like, comforting if you decide it's necessary. Is it your preferred way of doing things? Well, I don't know about that. But you definitely have it within your toolbox to do it if you decide that's what's necessary. The situation does need a little bit of caressing. We don't want to do the poor me thing. Not that you would anyway, but there's like, I feel like you know how to come about this. You can be caring, but I feel like you're not going to be ushy gushy squishy. It's just, that's not normal Aquarius. Ushy gushy squishy doesn't really do it. But you can find a way to be kind and kind of like, hey, I realize something isn't right here, and I'd like to know what's going on. You can be direct if you need to. You can find a way to get this person to talk. I feel like it depends who you're talking to. Kind of like, well, I noticed this, I noticed that. Would it be better if I did this for you? Because it seems like something isn't right here. If you just call out the situation and offer a plan of action, I just feel like that'll start budging the situation free a little bit. Kind of like, I know something's wrong if I did this with this help as an option. Especially if you present an option to where they have to say yes or no to it. Especially if it's a yes-no question. I found that interesting. Because a lot of times they'll say, well, you don't want to give a yes-no question. You want them to engage more than that. But if you give them a yes-no answer, I feel like it'll open up easier. I don't know why. That seems strange, I know, but it does. It seems like if you give them a yes-no, because you might get a yes or no and then move forward with that. But it's like the easier they can talk with you, the more likely they're going to start talking with you, because it doesn't seem like it's that hard. And I feel like you're coming at them, it's like coming at them from the side. They're not expecting it. Especially, I feel like this person thinks you're harsh. They might look at you like you're a harsh person, or that you just are not going to be like this. If you come at them with a little bit of compassion they're really not expecting, I feel like it kind of shakes them up. They're like, wait, what? Like the Aquarius is, what? The Aquarius said that to me? Well, that's interesting. Something's going wrong with this person. I get the towers happening. The grieving is happening. And it's kind of like they have to start dealing with something. They're avoiding dealing with something. It may be completely separate from what you have to deal with them, but whatever it is, it's so impactful that it's throwing everything in their life off. So it's kind of like, for example, if you work with this person and maybe they're going through a divorce, or maybe somebody passed away in their family, or maybe somebody's moving away that means a lot to them. Something. And it's just throwing them off so much that it throws everything in their life off. Everything. I feel like once you see it, I don't think you're going to have a hard time with it. But they have to, like, I don't know. You giving them this break, it feels like they're trying to make things work out. It feels like it's a highlight. Like, something isn't right here. I got to fix this. This is starting to become too big of a problem. Could you give them this needed break? It's like nothing else in their life was giving them a break, and then you gave them a break. And they really they never expected you would do that for some reason. And then you did, and they're like, all right, this got a little easier here. Maybe some other things can get easier too. It's like the first step on them pulling out of this situation. What comes next? I think it's this over here, because the Justice card is here, the talent on their side. They realize they can't just take it, how do I say this? If they're going to get from you, they have to give too. They can't just take. That's not going to work. So when you give them something nice, like just being nice to them, if they expect that to continue, they have to give back to you something that you want so that you're going to be interested in still being nice to them. Not that you're not usually, but for some reason it's like this moment they think you're being extra nice to them and they would like that to continue, so they realize if I expect that to continue from the Aquarius, I need to be extra. I need to do something for the Aquarius that makes the Aquarius happy. This balance starts to come in. The talent with the, what's the last one? The Justice card is coming in. They realize if they want to keep this going, they just got to keep moving forward like that. So they have to give back to you. That's where this starts to go in your favor. And you start to like talk with them a little more. And then they start spilling the beans about what's going on with them. From the outside, whatever the issue is they're having, especially because you're disconnected from it, I feel like you're disconnected from it. I could be wrong, but well, take it with a grain of salt. It's a general read. You're like, well, here's what I would do. And you're giving them ideas. Logan, stop. That cat's messing with the camera. Sorry. You have answers like, this is what I would do. And it's just, the third-party perspective is usually the easiest way to see a situation. You know what I mean? When you're not in the middle of it, it's easier to see like a possibility to make things better. You help them. You help them. You got life purpose with the Judgment card in your favor. Everything's going well in the sense of like all your role depends on in this situation for positive energy forward is just to talk. Just to give them somebody to talk it out with. This is a great gift. This is really a positive moment. You help them look at their own situation and find a better way to handle it. You help them see a positive light at the end of the tunnel. You're showing them a better way to move on from the situation and a better way to handle what's happening next. So if somebody passed away, you're helping them see a way to handle that, a way to honor that person, a way to keep that memory alive and still enjoy the memories and not just feel pain with the loss, but the thankfulness to even have the memories to begin with. Like the gift that, you at least had those moments with that person. It's much better to have the loss because you had that gift rather than to have never have known that person. If you'd never known that person, you wouldn't be in pain missing them now, but all the memories that were associated with them, you wouldn't have those either. So you're really helping this person pull out of this downward spiral. And I feel like that's the biggest part. I feel like that's the whole point of this. You're having an issue with somebody is what I'm getting. You're trying to fix it. And this is actually going to turn this in such a way that not only does it solve that problem, but it's like a very positive spiritual moment. It's not like you're looking to bless them or anything. You know what I mean? You're not looking to make this into a super spiritual moment. I don't think that's your intention going into it, but it's turning into one, a very positive one. And the problem that you're having with this person also seems to be evaporating. Anything else with this? All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.